Hello everyone, so we have our empty terrain baseplate here, and we are going to start working on the map as soon as I start this timer. Just in case some of you guys don't know what the terrain editor is, basically it can do this. Make sure you don't just skip to the end of the video this time. I promise the middle will be entertaining too, because if I look at the analytics on the last video that I did like this, video skippers, I see you. Alright, let's start. First I am thinking we are going to go for some type of island. So I'm just gonna paint water around our shape for our island. I don't know if there is a more efficient way to do it, but I can't find out now. Okay, so we have the entire island carved out. So now we have to add onto the island to make it look better. Here is a pro tip for all of you. When you are making a map for a game, if you want to make a cartoony or low poly map, you will want to use brighter colors like red, blue, and green. But if you are making a map that looks less vibrant and more realistic and adventure style, try to use more common realistic colors like olive, brown, and gray. Usually you will want to have less saturated colors for a more realistic map. Okay, so now we have our path for the map. I used pavement for it to make it look like a path, but I think it is a bit too bright. So I am going to make it a bit darker later into the challenge. When you are making a map for your game, even if it's supposed to look really cartoony and low poly, you should still make sure it is not too saturated. I recommend using Adobe Color Wheel to get a good color palette for your game icon, thumbnail, basically anything. It is completely free, and it is also really easy to use. I am not even sponsored by them. This is just my honest opinion about it. Anyways, here are some color palettes I think might be useful for your games. So I am adding hills and mountains to the inside of the paths just to make it have a bit more depth, so we don't just have a completely flat island. Your map should always have depth. If your maps don't have things that make it differentiate in size, then your map will look really flat and boring. Even if it is a hill or two, it can still make a huge difference. Alright guys, well I guess it is once again time for the big reveal. 3, 2, 1. I think the 10-minute map turned out decent. Even if I did only get to use the terrain editor, it still felt really good when I went in and played the game. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. It helps out a lot. And I am currently only a couple away from 2,000. Well, that is it for this video. Bye.